Okay, college algebra, we are working on 1.5. I am going to attempt to do 2 through 5 for you to help you with the factoring. So all of these are quadratics, but you're asked to solve them with factoring. There are different methods. I think I listed a YouTube video that does them a different way than what I'm going to do, but this is what I learned in school. So if there is no number in the front, then the first thing I do is put out 2 sets of parentheses. I know that x squared factors into x and x. Then I take the last number, negative 30, and I look for pairs of factors that multiply together to give me 30. Now I'm not going to make a complete list. I'm just going to put a few of them down so you can see what I'm doing. And you'll see also that you don't have to list every one of them down. I want a few of them, and then I need to know which pair adds to be negative 1 in the middle. So for example, negative 3 and 10 is 7. And this is negative 7, so those aren't going to work. These obviously don't add to 1 in the middle. So what about 5 and negative 6? Those would be negative 1. So those are the factors that I'm going to use here. Sometimes when we factor, it just looks like numbers appear because after you've been factoring for 20 years, numbers do just appear. It's kind of do it in our head. Okay, then take each of these and set them equal to 0. Move the number to the other side. And those are going to be your 2 answers. Now, how do you fill in the blanks? Rewrite the equation in factored form. So the first box on your homework, you're going to put x plus 5 times x minus 6. Then the second one says the solution set is, and you'll put negative 5, comma 6. Okay, let's try number 3. Before you can do any quadratic, no matter what method you're going to use, it must be set equal to 0. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the 3x and the 10. So I'm going to have x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. I know I need to factor, so I start with my parentheses. X squared gets broken into x and x. Now I need to factor 10, negative 10, and I need the numbers to be negative 3. So I'm not even going to try 1 and 10 because that's not going to be it. It's either 5 and negative 2 or negative 5 and 2. So these two, that makes 3, and negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3, so this is my winning pair. Now it doesn't matter which one I put in the first parenthesis or the second parenthesis, as long as I keep their signs negative 5 and positive 2. Okay, that is the answer for your first blank. Set each of those equal to 0 to get your solutions. Okay, this number 4 may look different because it doesn't have as many terms. It is already set equal to 0, so that's good. I want to look at 2x squared plus 14x. I could just start factoring that, but since it doesn't have a third term, and also I know that 2 and 14 have a 2 in common, and also both the terms have an x. So I'm going to take out, this is called the GCF, greatest common factor. If I take that out first and write down what is left, I'll show you how I did that, then it's already factored. Okay, here's how I did that. I took 2x squared and divided it by 2x to get x. I took 14x and divided it by 2x to get 7. Now I already have 2 factors that can be set equal to 0. and I can fill in my blanks. The factors are 2x and x plus 7. The solutions are 0 and negative 7. Okay, those were kind of warm-up problems. We're getting a little bit harder. So now I have number 5, and I need to set it equal to 0. That is the first thing that has to happen on every quadratic. Okay, before I can even do that, I need to distribute. So I'm going to get 4x squared minus 4x. I'm going to move. Doesn't matter if you move it left or right, whichever way. Okay, that should be minus 6x. Okay, and I'm going to look again for my greatest common factor. So this time 5 and 6 don't have a number in common, but there is an x. So if I factor out an x, I'll be left with 5x plus 6. And then I can put those two equal to 0. So my factors are x and 5x plus 6. And your answers are 0 and negative 6/5. Okay, so those are some of the factoring problems in 1.5.